Hey everybody, I just got a new batch of the Throwdowners. This is my signature stick and it's made by Vic Firth, but they do not market this stick. So if you want a pair of these sticks, you have to go to johnwooten.com. That's JOHNWOOTON.com, and you can get these sticks. But I'm going to show you how I figure out the weight of these sticks. So you can do this with any pair of sticks, 5As, it doesn't matter. So all these sticks are the exact same size, but they're not the same weight. And the way I tell the weight is by the density. And the way I tell the density is by the pitch of the stick. So the higher the pitch, the more dense the stick is. The lower the pitch, the less density. And then the higher the density, the heavier they are. The lower the density, the lighter they are. So if you want lighter sticks, get a low pitch stick. If you want heavier sticks, get a high pitch stick, comparatively. So that's what we're going to do right here. I can tell by pitches on my vibraphone what density these sticks are. So anything an A or lower, I call those low dense, light sticks. B flat or B, those are medium. C or C sharp, those are heavy. And D, and occasionally I get an E flat, those are super heavy, are high density. Let's see what these are. This is C sharp. So these are heavy, not super heavy, but heavy. So now I have little cubbies here. These are my light, medium, heavy, super heavy. So these are heavy. They go right there. All right, next pair. Let's see what we got. Those are a little lower. Those are C. So they're still heavy, but a little lighter than the previous pair. But they're still in the heavy category. All right, let's see. Same pitch, C. C, a bouncy C, that's what that is. That's a bouncy C. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, okay, we got a B there. So these are light, and you can tell, I can tell these sticks are lighter. If you're a smaller person and you want something a little lighter, that's what you want. You don't want to get something too heavy that's too hard to use. You want to work smarter, not harder. Okay, so those go in the medium, right there. Let's see what we got here. A D, that's a D, that's super heavy. Big difference between these and the ones I just threw in there. I can tell by the weight right here. So I'm gonna put those up here. Those are super heavy. I need a fourth box for that category, but right now that'll do. And then let's see what these are. That's an E flat. These are rare. Again, I can tell there's definitely a weight difference. So these are super heavy if you like that. If you're working with a marching band, the more dense sticks will last longer because they're heavier and more dense, so they're not going to break as easy. But that's not necessarily why you want the stick. Choose wisely. I hope you order some of my sticks, but there's a good tip for just ordering any kind of drumstick. Remember, johnwooten.com. Cheers.